Hello everybody. Can everybody see me and hear me? Hopefully so. I hope everybody's having a fantastic and wonderful day. It's so awesome to be here again. Hey Ted, hey Carol. Hi again. I see Carol with the hi again question mark. Yes, hi again. That was definitely me in the chat there earlier today. That was a lot of fun. So hello everyone. If there's anyone here from Peggy's Summer Creative Retreat, it was a lot of fun today. It's amazing how fun these summer workshop weeks and creative retreats have been. It's been a really exciting summer. Hi Natalie, and wow, I'm looking at the name Diana Vega. Hopefully I said that right. And Arliss and Carla, hi everybody. Yogi, great to see everybody again. Oh, thank you so much, Yogi. I really appreciate that. The class this afternoon was a lot of fun. So, and I actually have the thing that we worked on here next to me for the class. I had a couple of ideas of things that we can try. So really just wanted to say hi to everybody before we get started, and hope you're all having a fantastic day. Any big news this week? Probably just that I put a new video out on the channel. I was rushing to get it finished right before I'd committed to doing this other video when I put it in the video that was in the Summer Creative Retreat. So I had to get it done by last week, and luckily I was able to get up there and had a lot of fun with it. So if you check it out, I would love to hear what you think. It's all about just building a library of inspirational stuff to write when you sit down to practice or make some art. Hey David, great to see you. So thank you so much again for all of the feedback. I'm super excited. So yeah, that is really everything for the moment. There is a link for any tips if you find this useful today in the description of the video. Those are always super appreciated. And I think with that, we can probably get started. So the couple of ideas that I had today, and I'm going to put this in a survey, are, would you rather, I thought that I could do some work on what I would call finishing this one, which is what was in the Summer Creative Retreat today, or we can start another work from scratch. And as usual, I've got a couple of quotes picked out and some possible ink colors. So I'm going to put this as a poll. So let's see, let's call it, what should we do today? And then I will say finish the SCR circle. Or the second option will be start something new. We'll just call it. And it looks like I can't spell the word something today. There we go. Okay, so the poll will hopefully be showing up here any second. And I will start transitioning to the other camera in the meantime so we can get started. I see Ted is saying something Friday the 13th-ish. Wow, I didn't even think about that. Friday the 13th is tomorrow. Okay, well maybe, hey, who knows? Maybe we'll change things up and I'll pick some new colors. So let me get the other light on, and then I will switch to the other camera. And we can get started. Let's see. Okay, looks like start something new is so far the winner. So I'll be ready for that. Okay, switching over to the other camera now. And actually, before I do that, let's transition. So I can show everybody here. Hopefully you're seeing my desktop now. I'll zoom out a little bit. So here's the Summer Creative Retreat work. So everybody can see that. And then I'll show what we worked on last week. Let me zoom out a bit. Where it currently stands, because it's not done yet. I had an idea to make it really colorful, or maybe we had the idea last week to make it really colorful, but it's not done yet. I've started on the colorful path though. So here's the Summer Creative Retreat. You can kind of see when I switch off one of the lights, you can see more of the metallic goodness in those inks, which are so much fun. Okay, I'm seeing some ideas around Friday the 13th. Okay, let's workshop this then. Okay, so here's what we started on last week, and my idea was, since The quote was a Harry Potter quote, and it's going to be hard to see kind of in the dark, but hopefully you can see some of the metallic ink as it reflects in the light. And the quote from last week was, "I solemnly swear that I am up to no good," which is a Harry Potter quote for anybody who isn't familiar with it. And so I thought it would be fun to do kind of like maybe a magic spell where elements of it are glowing and stuff. So I started to do kind of a blue to light transition, and this is actually a neon marker. So I don't have, my black light isn't next to me. Maybe when we finish it next week, I will, or in the next couple of weeks, I'll show how it looks with the black light, because that one snuck away from me, but it's still a work in progress. I would love to hear, what do you guys think? What do you think of this one? So the outer circles, I think I'm going to do something similar where I try to do kind of a color gradient. But that was the idea for this one that I got. So it's still a work in progress. But this one was a lot of fun. All right. So today I'd picked two quotes. Maybe one was more humorous and one looks like "Start Something New" is still the winner in the poll. So it looks like we'll be starting a new project. So two quotes. The first one says, I thought was kind of funny, kind of in line with what we did last week. And thanks. Hey, David Crognell, great to see you, my friend. It's been a few minutes since haven't been on Instagram as much lately, but really great to see you, my friend. And great, Aries, John, thank you, Sandra. Really wonderful to see everybody. Patrice, oh man, this is an exciting day. So again, the two quotes that I've got here today are, number one is, "I can resist anything except temptation." And the second one is, "Believe you can and you're halfway there." I got the idea for that one based on some of the comments some of the comments from earlier today in the chat. People saying that they felt like they could never make anything like these circles. Like this is one that we made a couple of weeks ago that we did over 2 weeks. And I always just, my goal is always just to encourage everybody just to say you totally can. You totally can. So that's where the idea for that one. So they're not super Halloween-y, but maybe we can come up with some colors or something that will be more Halloween-y. So I'm going to end the first poll, since it looks like we're all agreed that we're making something new. And then I'm going to go look for, I had a couple of colors planned, but maybe I'll see if I can find something else exciting or maybe some other fun idea. So quote this one, the question will just be quote 1 or quote 2. I see Carla's already excited to say number 1. All right. And I see it was funny. I almost typed in number 1 twice, which wouldn't have left a whole lot of options. So while you can still see me in the corner, and hopefully this camera won't freeze. All right, it's neck and neck right now. Number 1 and number 2 are tied. So while that's happening, let me see. I mean, maybe this would work. I'm just looking through my drawer to see what other maybe Halloweenish inks. What colors does everybody think of when they think of Halloween? Let me know in the chat. I see Natalie saying, "I did a circle the other day and I'm happy with it. Still lots to improve, but it was so fun. Thanks for the encouragement and inspiration." Aw, thank you, Natalie. That's super kind. And again, I'm so excited that you had fun making one. More Friday the 13th. Okay. Well, I'm going to go over the colors that I had picked, and then let's see, maybe we can figure out something Friday the 13th spooky from there. I did just get an idea, but it's hard. It wouldn't work well on camera so well. So because I do have a black ink, but writing black on black paper is sometimes not the easiest proposition. I'm going to zoom out, and you will see my black paper. And so far it looks like quote number 2 is the one that's in the lead. Okay, let's try to brighten things up a bit. And make sure, let me put this up just to make sure we're in focus. Alrighty. And then I will start building. Let's see if this ruler is long enough. Nope. Does anyone remember the ruler gnomes? Apparently they have hidden my other ruler quite well. So I can't find it, so I'm using this other enormous one a lot more these days. So for anyone here from the Creative Retreat, super excited to have you here too, joining the fun. And hopefully this process will be familiar, just on black paper today. Lime, I hear lime green potentially. That would be very Friday the 13th. I don't know why I immediately took Friday the 13th to Halloween, even that. So that's like, what, 3 or 4 months away at this point still? All right. And then I'll do a similar design to what we did earlier today, but I think I think in the coming weeks maybe we'll start doing some different stuff. Just to spice things up a bit maybe. Because I always like keeping things interesting and maybe a little bit different. Let's see, 6. Oh, like this pencil's getting a little bit low. And then let's go up here. And we'll leave a 0.5 centimeter on each side. Make sure, I just realized I didn't really quite check the pen width. That'll be close enough. Close enough. I usually do an X height of 5 pen widths. Okay, so it appears as though quote number 2 is the winner. Okay, and then you can pick, so these were the inks that I picked out. So here's silver to try today. Here's bronze, which is a really cool color too. And then this one would be a total experiment. This one is waterfall green. I've never tried writing on black paper with that one, so this one would be an experiment for all of us. So let me try to get the ink question. So we'll say silver, bronze. So in previous weeks we've used gold and copper, but this bronze one is a little bit different. But it's also another really cool color too. And yet again, I almost put bronze in twice. Green. And again, no guarantees on the green. I'm not sure if it's gonna work, but we'll see. It'll be a fun experiment, right? And if you can hear me moving things around, I'm just grabbing another one of my little jars to hold the ink in, whichever one we pick, because I don't have it in a jar yet. Oh man, you guys are going to put me on the spot with the green one. This is going to be interesting, it looks like. Okay, so I'm going to finish drawing the circles, and then we'll start a writing. So how's everyone doing today? Oh, I see suggestions for orange and purple, black and red. Okay. Oh, well, yeah, maybe we'll incorporate some. Yeah, we'll definitely find a way. Hopefully, if I can get through the lettering fairly quickly today, then maybe we can incorporate some other colors into the design at the end as fun elements, kind of like I did with the last one. See, I didn't realize you're in Texas as well, Ted, my friend. It's definitely been Definitely been toasty here, huh? Yes, I live in Houston, and it is definitely warm around here this time of the year. Oh, thank you, Patrice. Patrice said your experiments are awesome. Try bronze. Okay, well, hey, I mean, who knows? Maybe we can even try combining some colors and see where that goes. You're definitely giving me an idea to give that a try and see what happens. That'd be a lot of experimenting for one day. All right, so I will draw the lines in the center. Yeah, Carla says it's been hot up in Oregon. Ah, so sorry to hear that. Up in Oregon too. Oregon's one of my favorite spots. So sorry to hear you guys have been toasty as well. Seems like everywhere. It's warmer these days. I'm originally from Calgary, in Canada, and I hear it's getting warmer up there as well. Okay, just like in the session earlier today, I'm drawing a few lines just to kind of help keep the lettering aligned. And they don't have to be in any particular order. Usually I'll just kind of divide each section a few times, each quadrant of the circle. I was happy to hear that there were some math geeks in the in the chat earlier. I see Megan saying been hiding in the AC watching the summer creative retreat. I feel that for sure. In Houston, we definitely can't live without AC. At least I can't, for sure. Okay, that's probably good. Ah, heck, maybe we'll throw one in. One more, just for fun. There we go. All right. Okay, so let's take a look. It looks like green was the decision. But yeah, let's see. I mean, it could be interesting trying to... I've never tried combining colors with these pens, but heck, let's grab another little bottle and we'll see what happens. If I were to try combining colors, what would you like to see the combination with? Bronze or silver? When I shake these up, I'm usually just looking for bubbles in the bottom. That way I know kind of the whole container, or all of the ink is hopefully like agitated or combined enough. So we'll grab, you guys see that on camera? Cool, that is a very interesting color. So I'll be using an automatic pen today. Go for three squeezes. You see Patrice saying the summer creative retreat was fantastic, lots of inspiration. Yeah, so much amazing information over the past couple of weeks, right? I see Aries asking, can I know what kind of ruler you're using? Absolutely. This one, as anybody who's hopped on the lives before knows, this is the Helix Circle ruler, and it's a really great ruler. You just push in the middle, and then you can rotate, and there's all of these tiny, let me grab my pencil, all of these tiny little holes up and down the side that you can stick your pencil into, and then helps you draw circles. So that's a great tool. And again, it's called the Helix Circle ruler. And I see Carla asking about the quote. The quote we'll be using today is "Believe you can, and you're halfway there." So a positive and uplifting one today. All right. I'm just checking in on the chat. All right. Okay. Well, we'll start, and let me know if we want to try combining colors. That could be a fun experiment. But let's see. This is like the moment of truth, right? Seeing if this actually works. So this is the automatic pen. I'm using number 3, and I'll usually, as usual, start in kind of one of these corner quadrants. And let's see how this goes. I think it might be okay. Okay, so now I have to remember the quote again. Believe you can and you're halfway there. So let's try that first line. Okay, it looks like it's opaque enough. Okay. That's interesting. It almost feels like it may be too thick of an ink. Let's see. Can you guys see that okay? There we go. Got a lot more ink there. I feel like this may be... this may work as a Friday the 13th style ink because it feels like it's a little thick so that it's not flowing super well through the pen, but I'm able to get enough ink down. I'm going to do an E with an ascender here. Okay, and then we'll do an L. So some of these letters are coming out a little ghostly looking. Let's see, let's grab a little bit more. I'm going to try to redo this L. Okay. Tell you what, I have an idea. I'm going to start cleaning this off. So this is how these fun experiments work, right? You never know what's going to happen. So I usually have a couple of containers of water around with me. And since it feels like maybe it's a little thick and it's not flowing super well through the pen, I grab a paper towel. Like so. Okay, that's fairly clean. And then I'm just going to try maybe putting a couple of drops of water in here. We'll see what that does. Got a little bit of water on the page. We are having fun and experimenting. So here, just I'll add a couple of drops maybe with an eyedropper. Alrighty. And then I'm looking for my good old-fashioned stirring devices, the toothpicks. But it looks like it's not here, so let's... Let me grab my handy fancy stirring device. And we'll drop a little cartridge in there. Can you guys see that stirring things up? That's fancy, much fancier stirring technology. This is like chemistry stuff. Okay, maybe that's loosened the ink up a little bit. Let's go. Okay, believe you can, and you're halfway there. So BEL. Does feel like it's a bit thinner now. Let's see how this goes. Definitely thinner. Can you all see the difference that made as well? Oh, still stuck a bit. That's all right. I'll just have to dip the ink more often. So one of the questions today was how often do I dip, especially when I'm doing color combinations. And just like in a case like this, sometimes just what you're working on will kind of define how frequently you go back in for more. Oop. Okay, well this one may just end up having a bit of a ghostly look. What do you guys think? I'd be curious to hear, did anybody try doing the circles yet? Either as part of the summer creative retreat or through from any of the past couple of weeks? So believe. Let's go back for a dip midway through the letter. Nope, gotta go back for more. Let's do a long Y in this case. Oh. Yeah, this one is definitely going to have an interesting look to it. Because there's some parts that are faded. And some parts that are more, like that have more ink in them. Interesting. All right, what do you guys think so far? Oh man, I'm sorry. For some reason, the chat wasn't refreshing for me. It was stuck. Oh, cool. Thanks, Ted. Loving the contrast. Yes, it seems that way. Much better. Happy to help too. On the ruler. Where is my high-tech stir? Yeah, hopefully you saw it. I did end up busting that out since I couldn't find my low-tech stir. Dan Carl asking, I haven't seen the second attempt on Instagram. Things have been so busy that I'm way behind on catching up on Instagram, but I definitely look forward to checking it out for sure. So believe you can. And another interesting thing is happening just as an indicator or an example of how you can kind of roll with things sometimes. I just noticed that while I'm kind of wiping off the tip of the pen on the bottle, it's spraying a little bit of green ink onto the page. So you could consider that, oh, it's an accident, the thing is ruined or something like that, but I'll probably just roll with that and try to incorporate it into the design. Maybe just add some more sprays wherever I can. It'll make it look like magic or something like that. Yogi just made me laugh. He said, I've got a lot of patience. You would have given up on the third letter. So, hey, you never know. Sometimes there are definitely times where where I don't feel like continuing with something, but I try to keep with that philosophy of if something isn't going the way you expected necessarily, to just maybe run with it. And you never know. Sometimes you'll end up with a better result than you imagined, or just because you don't feel the pressure as much if it's not going 100% well, you can start to like incorporate other ideas. Like here now, I'm intentionally doing some of these inky flecks. So believe you can, and so just like the last one, I feel like maybe this isn't my strongest lettering ever, but that's okay. We're trying a new ink. It's fighting with the tool a little bit, but that's okay. We'll create a new kind of a look. Thanks, Ted. I see Ted saying the splatter adds to the Friday the 13th motif. You're right. Yeah, it would be awesome to get. I'd love to get some other ideas on what we incorporate into this. Believe you can, and so AN. Okay, so for some reason it felt like the ink was flowing a little bit better there. So you could say I'm patient. Maybe I'm just stubborn too. Maybe I just like refuse to let the ink fail me. There we go. Let's add some more splatter just for fun. See, before today I wouldn't have known that I could really even do that with these pens, but looks like cool new effect discovered. So thanks to all of you for helping me discover some new fun with these pens. We'll do a slightly swooshy D. So for the Friday the 13th motif, what do we think in terms of accent colors for this? Well, let me know. My brain's already going there now. And this is the Y. I was laughing. I see so crazy. I like the handle saying being left-handed. I would have already thrown it into the target practice pile. Hey, you never know. You never know. Some of the things that I've had the most fun with have come out of just random experiments from things not going quote unquote well while working on something. Like my perspective on it is that, and I've said this before, so apologies if I'm repeating for anybody who's been here a few times, but sometimes if things aren't going your way, you can almost take it as like a relief, like, oh, okay, something didn't go perfectly, now I can just free things up and have fun and experiment. Try something completely random that you wouldn't be comfortable doing. That you wouldn't be comfortable doing if, you know, the piece was working 100% exactly as you wanted or planned. And I'm always looking at Carla to see how I'm doing with the spelling. I feel like I haven't misspelled anything yet, even though I've been talking a lot. The most common thing to happen in those situations is that I'll end up writing something I'm saying. Yeah, just like Ted said, happy accidents. Happy accidents. I'm a big believer in that. I see Patrice saying, haven't tried to do a circle yet. Goal is to make something calligraphic for Christmas cards this year. Yeah, totally. Sometimes just having a reason to do something can be a great motivator in taking on a project. So I would love to see and hear how that goes. Are you thinking of doing something Blackletter or pointed pen? Maybe even a combo? Larry suggesting silver accents. Okay. Patrice saying, don't throw it away, just keep adding to it. That is certainly the plan. Okay, then got caught on the paper there a bit. In viewer, go with our ginormous. Okay, see, that kind of came out a little bit ghostly. I'm kind of curious how this is going to look at an angle. I see Megan asking, do I have any opaque red to do the lines or outlines? Yeah, I totally do. Absolutely. I actually have a few, so we can even get some, you can give me some feedback on what you think might look good. I think initially, this is the letter H. Initially, I was thinking orange. Did I say that earlier? And by the way, again, thank you all so much for being here. It really does mean the world to me that you all join for these fun calligraphy evenings. I can't tell you how much I appreciate it. So thank you all for being here. And I love the questions. I love all the input in the conversations. I still laugh sometimes from the ruler gnomes and conversations we've had previous weeks. So half is the next word. A. See it again. Thank you all for being here. And honestly, I do feel like the ink is flowing a little bit better now. It does have a bit of a ghostly look to it. Just kind of interesting. H-A-L and then the F. It's probably not going to be enough ink there. I see Natalie saying, looks like it's made of cobwebs. Yeah, it does have kind of a cobweb look, doesn't it? Especially because of some of the lines. Maybe I'll try to zoom in a bit so you can see. But the pen creates some lines. Oh, you know what? Because I haven't had a descender in a while. Let's do an F with a descender. So we'll go all the way down this time. That's a super long F, right? Like that. And yeah, maybe I'll do the cross for this one. I just feel like adding that in there. Let's see, Ted asking, do you ever use your gift? Well, thank you. It's very kind of you. To create birthday cards or such for loved ones? I absolutely do. I absolutely do. My family's probably sick of me giving them calligraphy cards and stuff like that for every conceivable occasion. Everybody has received something. So it works out well. Like you, it for sure gives a personal touch. So for anyone that can't tell, or who's been here a while, I'm already in pinky technique mode. Even though it's possible things have dried up over here. I see Carla saying I've enjoyed the group collaboration. Aw. I always love these collaborations. I'm amazed at some of the ideas that end up coming out of these from all of you. I feel like we're maybe close to fitting this one. Let's see, here halfway. Actually, I feel like this one won't necessarily fit. That's okay. We're having fun this week. Do a long. So it's harder to do those long lines even with the pinky technique, but. But hey, you do what you gotta do. I would love to get to adding some more colors and stuff to this. Larry asking, is Daft James a friend of yours? I do not know of somebody by that name, unless I'm missing something obvious. Sounds like a fun person though. Thanks, Patrice. Let's see how close we can get to fitting this in today. I mean, it is super close, right? The calligulations or calligraphy calculations for anyone who's been here. We're pretty close this week. I mean, heck, it might even work. Let's see. Sometimes I just have faith in the math. I just have to have faith in the math. It may actually work. Let's see. Get the R. I am admittedly drawing the letters a little bit more tightly here. I mean, let's do a super tight E, and then we got them all in there. And then I'll see how much room I have to finish off that R. Probably not much. So what I'm gonna do is just combine the R with the E, kinda like that. And we'll grab my E here. Look at that. What do you think? Let's do kind of a tilt in the light and see how things are coming out. And then maybe I'll even fling some more ink dots on here. So just so everybody can see, because I think at those angles it doesn't really show the how much the ink reflects the light. Can you guys see that? So it's actually, when it's flat, it looks way more faint, but in the light, it actually does reflect the light quite a bit. What do you guys think? Good choices. I might have shied away from the green today, but I appreciate you guys pushing me there. Yeah, I see Carla saying it looks silver. And thanks, Yogi. I'm glad you like it too. So yeah, it does look kind of silver. I wonder if there's a way. Maybe you can see it in this light as I tilt it. It's just may not look as metallic, but it does have a greenish tint. Hopefully you can tell. Okay, so let's go in and start finishing up this guy or this gal. Let's try adding some more. We've developed a new technique today for adding little dots to the work. Most of the time to do this, I actually would use a toothbrush. Toothbrush is I should clarify, not the one that I brush my teeth with, like an old one. That would probably result in some unwanted dental and health problems. But yeah, I usually use a toothbrush to do this, but it's cool that we can do it this way. New technique, we've got a few dots scattered around here. So let's try to start finishing this off now. I started here. I think this is going to look really interesting. And again, let me know what colors you're thinking of for the outlines. And thank you, Ted, as well for the reminder. I really, really appreciate it. If you do like and like what you're seeing, liking the video really helps a whole lot. And subscribing to the channel if you haven't already. I have a lot of new videos coming up, and I really do get a lot of input on what videos you'd like to see too. A lot of the times through my newsletter. So if you grabbed any of the freebies, you'll see those when I send them. But do let me know if there's anything you'd like to see, like in an upcoming video, whether it's a live or one of the more standalone videos. I try to make everything that will be most helpful to you and that are based on questions that I get. So I see people saying it looks kind of greenish silver and more silvery. Yeah, sometimes on camera these things just don't come across as well. You know, I already got an idea of something else we can try with this. Well, thank you again for the Friday the 13th suggestion. Was that you, Ted, earliest, if I remember right? That suggested that? Great suggestion. Sometimes just the quote or words or whatever you write or the holiday or whatever is like whatever purpose you're making your art for, even if it's just for practice, and you just pick a specific quote or something, can influence what you do with it. That happens to me all the time. So we're working our way around. I got the idea to maybe add a few little spikes inside the letter, since we're going with a Friday the 13th. Maybe this one's going to be a little bit more aggressive looking. What do you all think? So yeah, thank you again for the suggestion, and thanks to Carla for the feedback. All right, get these little center strokes in. And the R and the E. Okay, so since I feel like if we're going with the Friday the 13th theme, let's see, maybe for the E, like the crosses on the E's, we'll do something a little bit more spiky like that. Usually I've done more solid lines, but these little spiky lines maybe look a little bit more Friday the 13th-ish. Is that a word? Friday the 13th-ish? A little spike there. I think I got most of the E's, not these two. And I'm just twisting the pen to create those little spikes. That one looks kind of ghostly. Okay, now for the eye. Maybe since we're going Friday the 13th, maybe it's a little more angular this time. Usually the flourishes and stuff are very fluid, but maybe this time I go with more angles. That's halfway, and then that's a T. So let's try some angles. I see Carla saying when the first falls on Sunday, there's always a Friday the 13th. Wow, that's cool to know. I didn't realize that. Okay, let's try something a little bit more angular instead of very fluid. Okay, well, let's just connect that to that this time. And these flourishes, let's see. Try some more angular stuff. So this Y could actually go in either direction. So we'll do straight line there. Maybe kind of straightish that way. And come back like this. Be straight like that. Come back that way. What do you guys think? These are straighter flourishes than I usually do. And thank you, Aries. Sorry, I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly, but thank you very much. And I say so crazy, saying, would you thin this ink to make it smoother? I actually did. At the beginning, I added a little bit of additional water just to make it a little bit thinner because it was quite thick at the beginning. So let's see, which direction? Let's go to the right here. So again, let's go angular. So see, we ended up trying something different. I had no idea that I was going to try something like that. Let's go angular again. Maybe come up that way. And come this way. So intentionally angular. What do you think? Is it getting kind of a spooky kind of a look? So I added a flourish this one. Maybe we'll just keep going in a similar direction. Like that. Maybe this one comes up. And then diagonally down. There we go. And then this one I'm definitely going to push over to the right. But see, calligraphy doesn't always have to be all fancy and curvy. You can make angular stuff. Just have fun. It's one of the things I love most about doing these streams. We have so much fun coming up with new ideas. I would have never done this without all of you. So here, angle. And I'm scratching the pen intentionally. Maybe I just feel like going a little bit further. Maybe like that. What do you all think? Spooky angles. I see Ted saying love it. Hey, Carla saying kind of spider-like. Yeah. Okay, so I'm dipping, and it almost looks like some kind of a cool brew here. Some kind of a cool Friday the 13th concoction, cleaning off the tip of the pen here. All right, so what do you guys think for outline colors or other effects? I remember seeing oranges earlier and purple and red. Ooh, red. Yeah, red could definitely be cool. I won't bother doing a poll for now since we're getting close to the end, but just let me know in the chat what you think. Yeah, this is interesting water now. It's got a very metallic look to it. So here is how the lettering looks, and you can see it's a little bit rougher with all of these angular flourishes. And then, so I do have this fine pen. So the spiky idea that I thought about before, okay, red or bronze, I'm seeing, was maybe adding, I'm gonna try to grab a piece of paper and just pray at this point that I don't smudge the whole thing. So see, I could add like maybe some, I feel like this is a similar color, just some spikes on the inside here. And that'll give it more of a... I'll zoom in so hopefully you can see that a little bit better. Can you see what I did there? Let's make it brighter for everyone. So you can add all sorts of cool elements. I'm looking at the chat. Red, bronze, and gold. Okay. Let me try, we got a few minutes. Let me try grabbing a few of these. What do you think? Metallic gold? Sorry, that wasn't, I meant to say metallic red. I'm trying to get my pens out. So I've got, just to show, there are a lot of cool red options. So here are a few red pens that would definitely be opaque. We said golds too? What other colors did I hear? You like the spikes? Cool. Thanks, Natalie. Yeah, you can add all sorts of little elements to these. I mean, we could try red and gold. Sorry if you hear lots of clanging around. I'm grabbing a bunch of different pens. So maybe, I don't know, maybe we do a transition from one red to another? Bronze. I see the bronze suggestion. I'm not sure that I have a bronze pen. That's kind of a brownish. I do have a, yeah, gold. Oh, I think I do have a bronze pen. So many ideas. All right, let's try to start adding some outlines. I'll do a few more of these little spikes, and then I'll start adding some outlines in there. And just add, I put a little dot and then kind of a quick line, and that gives it that little hairline spike. And then just work your way around. And you can come up with all sorts of ideas. You could even, I mean, you could make some of them longer, some of them shorter. Like I could do a longer one on this guy. And then a shorter one here. I feel like maybe the shorter ones are working the best. And the goal would be to try to kind of aim them towards the center, but you know, we're humans and it's not always going to come out perfect. Okay, there's a few. So what if we tried, let's take a look at these different reds. I know this is a very bright red. So I could try, let's see. I'm thinking of working towards something brighter in the corner. So if and this really is just a slow and fun process. Now I've got to contend with the spikes too. So I could start that. And then we can just test. We'll test out one of the golds. What do you guys think? Can you see that reddish goodness happening in there? And then maybe I could use this lighter red. See, it seems like people are liking the metallic. So let's see. This is supposed to be a metallic red. And it's a finer tip, so it's a little bit easier to work with. So I could draw a few of these. Hopefully I'm still on camera. Like that. And then maybe as we work, let's just see how it looks. As we work towards the top. Maybe we do gold here. See, because like we said earlier, it's an experimental piece. Where we're just having fun. You can kind of enjoy the process and try a bunch of different ideas. What do you guys think? That may not be very visible on camera. Let me try to tilt it. What do you think? I see, looks like blood red, very spooky. Cool. Well, maybe I work towards, I'll have to see if what bronze I have. I think I do have a bronze. But yeah, maybe I'll keep this corner up here a little bit lighter. I'll have to zoom back out so you kind of get an idea of where this is going. So this is how it currently looks. I'll make it a little darker so hopefully you can get the effect. What do you think? I think this ended up looking interesting. See, so crazy saying the gold looks meh. Gotcha. Yeah, I may be with you. I'm not sure it's adding a whole lot. I think what might work better is check out this guy. This is the neon one. Like, I have 1 minute before we kind of wrap up the stream. But yeah, just to give you an idea, I'll override the gold with this yellow. And I can always go over it again with the red if I or we decide we don't like this as much. See, now it's a much brighter yellow. All right, what do you all think? Let me turn this light off so you can kind of see it kind of reflecting in the light. But hey, we made this today. Go team. So I will definitely keep working on this one and add some more elements to it. I like the direction. I'm gonna swap to the chat view. Hey again, everybody. That was fun, right? Check it out. Here's what we made. You can see it in this light too. With all these markers and pencils everywhere. What do you think? So at the end, you like the red the most, I think? Patrice is saying, love the descenders. Carla, very interesting. Natalie saying, meh is accurate. Oh, that's good. That's good. Okay, so no gold on this one. It's going to stay maybe I'll just stick with the red or something like that. Or even dabble into, what do you think of oranges? That could be fun too. So the first red, Carla saying the first red. Notice the word 800 in the dark red? Really? I guess it does kind of look like an 800. Or the word boo. I see what you're saying. That's hilarious. I know it's time to go, but I'm going to zoom in one more time so that everybody, if you all didn't see it, I just thought that's brilliant. You all are hilarious and awesome. I love this. So what I think we're saying is, there's the letter B-O-O. Good eyes. That's really funny. Boo for Friday the 13th. So that was really awesome. Good call. So thank you all again. I will definitely be updating next week on the next stream, just to kind of show you the progress on this one and all of the other ones. And I do once I consider one finished, like this one, I do post it in the newsletter as well, and I eventually will share it on social media. This one we made over 2 weeks, and if you couldn't tell in the last video I made, this is what ended up on the cover. So thank you all for your awesome help in creating that. You all are absolutely fantastic. Please do like and subscribe. It really makes a huge difference. And if there's anything valuable that you saw today, leaving a tip really does help as well. Those links are in the description. And in the meantime, have a fantastic evening and weekend. We're getting close to the weekend. And I will hopefully see you all next week then. The regular time is on Mondays, by the way. So bye, everyone. You too, Carla. Thanks, Ted. Thanks, Carla. Thanks, Natalie, Larry, all of you. Yogi, great to see you again. So crazy. I hope you all have a fantastic evening. See you next time.